4-yard tackle for the loss.
It'll be 2nd and 14. As Aquinas continues to look for answers offensively. One receiver in the formation for Aiden Skinner, the junior quarterback. He is going to give to Rizzi straight up the middle, spun forward near the original line of scrimmage at the 15-yard line. Here comes 3rd and 10.
And what used to make Aquinas so deadly on these third downs, Tim, is the running attack would be working so well that you could bite on the play action passing. But now it's 3rd and 11. You shouldn't bite on the play action if you're the Stags on defense. So they've yet to really truly establish the running game.
Again, Aiden Skinner has not thrown a pass so far in this first half. Play fake. He wants to go to the air here. He's going to fire an out route. He's got his man. Forgier, sliding catch made at the 25-yard line. Should be enough to move the chains.
Nice play by Skinner. Are they going to move the chains or not?
They haven't moved the chains yet. They spot the ball
there
at the 26, and now Gianni Rizzi.
I'll get the binoculars out and see if I can see where Carroll's at. If this is just giving him a blow type situation.
About 7, but yeah.
Giving him a blow type situation.
About 7, but yeah. We saw Rizzi plenty last week, but the thing is he'd be on the field for 2 or 3 snaps, and they bring Carroll right back in. It wasn't alternating series. So, yeah, I am also a little bit concerned that Sean Carroll, something may have happened to him on the previous drive. Because we haven't been able to spot him yet on that Aquinas sideline. 3rd and 7. Option play. Skinner is going to keep it. Spun down well shy of the first down at the 30-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 6.
Nathan Hayward does a nice job of filling the lane on the option attack. And that's what used to make Aquinas so deadly, is they would run that ball so effectively up the middle, that when they pulled it and ran the true option, the quarterback had a lane, but they have not had that lane tonight here, at least in the last couple drives they've not.
4th and 6 play. Punt unit out there. Max Dorflyer. They won't come after this one. He gets rid of a high spiraling boot. McCallop, he has spun around. He is going to try to escape this traffic, and he is not going to get there as he's dropped near the 36 after fielding it out near the 40.
So when you're as a coach, you're screaming, get down, get down, get down, because that's when fumbles happen, when those players fight for those extra yardages, and there's a Miege player down right at midfield, and guys right in and paying. Let's see if we can get an ID.
4:30 to go till halftime as they tend to the injured Stag. Can't see his number from here, but they'll check on him. Training staff is out there near midfield. And we'll be back on the other side of this break. It is the Holy War. Miege, a 7-0 lead over Aquinas halfway through quarter 2 on Sports Radio 810.
Sports Radio 810.
Think you want 30 or 60 here? How long do you think they're going to be down?
Here and so
60.
is the University of Kansas Health System's
You got it.
Saturday morning sports medicine walk-in clinic. Do you have a middle school or high school athlete with a sports injury? Are you an adult weekend warrior with a running injury? If you have a sprain, a strain, a fracture, or a concussion, see a sports medicine physician without an appointment. That's Saturday morning. Sports medicine walk-in care from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at I-435 in Nall in Overland Park. You can find out more information at kansashealthsystem.com/sportsmedicine.
Need to beat inflation? Golden Oak Lending is here to help.
Inflation has credit card balances at an all-time high. Why pay up to 25% interest when Golden Oak can pay off that debt at 5.75% fixed?
Our low mortgage rates
Lower,
make you the winner.
Call 913-890-GOLD to lock in your 5.75% rate today.
Lower. That's how I would say it. I was saying layer for some reason.
114-937, 5.75% fixed, 6.991% APR. FHA 15-year mortgage with 20% equity and approved credit.
Griffin Stagg, he is helped off semi under his own power.
Yeah, it looks they're holding his left arm. Maybe it's a shoulder, but he's definitely in pain right now.
So they will tend to him. And here comes that Miege offense off a touchdown drive the last time they were out there. They'll start from the near hash mark at their own 36-yard line. 2 to the right, Isaiah Coppage wide to the left side. Low snap, Armstrong stepping up in the pocket, running away from pressure, escaping to the right, now back to the left. Eyes downfield, he's going to throw it down the sideline, over the shoulder grab made by Coppage as he toes the sideline and steps out at the Aquinas 40.
Well, there is a flag, yeah. There's going to be holding to erase it.
Boy, what a throw and catch by these two.
That erases a tremendous play. That's a college-level play there by Mac Armstrong. Was under pressure, should have been tackled for a huge loss. Somehow spins out, and then he throws kind of a back shoulder pass.
We're on the run.
Trust only that his receiver is going to come back and get the football, and Coppage did come back and get the football. Unfortunately, erased by a penalty, and that's a pretty costly penalty, too, way back there.
Yeah. Hold occurred in the backfield, so it's going to be first, we call it about 23 as they set up near their own 23-yard line.
Man, that was a good play, though. Fun to watch.
So it won't count, but it just gives you a flash of what these two could do together. 2 to the right, 1 to the left on a first and really long for the Stags. Aquinas showing pressure. They'll send 4. Armstrong loading up, taking a deep shot for Coppage. He's got it across midfield, and he's run out of bounds near the 43 of Aquinas.
I had bragged earlier about how good of a job Jacob Bittner's been doing covering Coppage one-on-one. He got beat that time. A double move. Armstrong pumped, put that right over the shoulder where only his receiver could go get the football. Huge gain, and no worries about that first and long yardage. Instead, now it's 1st and 10 past midfield.
They're going to say Coppage stepped out at the 47 of Aquinas. 3 to the right. Short drop. Rainbow, deep right side, taking a shot for Taron Jackson. Intercepted and dropped. Coming to the ground. It was nearly the second pick from this secondary. But the ball comes out when the defender went to the ground at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Wyatt Lewis thought he had the interception. He went up and high-pointed it where, you know, it looked like a receiver going up and getting the football, Tim, but unfortunately, when he went down, the ground jarred it away.
These DBs are trying to make some plays tonight. Already have 1 interception, nearly had a second. On a second down play, Armstrong short drop, setting up the screen for Dilgus. He's across the 40-yard line with a first down, makes a man miss at the 35 and drop near the 34-yard line.
Did that and blew a tire, too. Lost his right shoe. And I like the play call, though. Let a little slip screen, let your offensive lineman. Coach Holmes has bragged about how good his offensive lines played this season, and they got after it, got down the field and laid some big blocks there.
3:33 to go till halftime. Miege on the move. 1 to the left, 3 to the right. Aquinas creeping linebackers up near the line of scrimmage. Armstrong is going to keep it. That looked like a busted give as he is popped in the mouth near the 32.
Well, that's 3 plays in a row-ish, Tim, that we've seen a low snap come from the center. And Armstrong's lucky to recover that. That was almost rolled back there.
2nd and 7. Aquinas running subs on. Screen pass for Taron Jackson, far side. Oh, he is slammed back at the original line of scrimmage.
Grant Kelly comes up from the safety spot, blows through the blocking on the outside, and makes the tackle for a loss.
Taron Jackson, only a sophomore. He was not in the starting lineup in game number 1 against Blue Valley North, but he has earned his spot. 25 catches coming into the night. 4 touchdowns for the sophomore slot receiver. Here comes 3rd and 10, though, for the Stags. 3 left, 1 right, off the far hash. 2:30 to go till halftime. Armstrong has time. He is going to flare one out deep near sideline. That is caught, and getting out of bounds out near the 21 is Dagan Jensen picking up the first down.
Tim, you cannot give Armstrong time to just sit in the pocket because he'll pick you apart. That wasn't his first read. That wasn't his second read. It was his 3rd read. The tight end came all the way from the right side of the field across to the left. He was wide open, and Mac Armstrong put the ball right on the money for the first down.
3 right, 1 left now as they move the chains again. Strong stepping up in the pocket, scrambling to the left. He is going to take off across the 15. He scampers out of bounds. They're going to mark him out near the 17. Short gain on first.
Well, we do see flashes of this defensive line getting pressure on Armstrong, but he's just making the right reads every single time so far tonight. He's made the right reads, spin to his left, slide to his right, step forward in the pocket. He's just done the little things to avoid that pressure and turn what could be sacks or tackles for a loss into positive yardage each time.
Hitch route near side, diving catch made by Tommy Wright near
Wow.
the 12-yard line.
Rocket pass where only his guy could go get the football. I mean, they're just letting Armstrong go here right now, Tim. This is his drive. They're saying, let it go, let it go, let it go.
It was almost a Frozen quote. In a roundabout way.
Oh, dad, daughter.
Inside.
Girl, dad over here.
Inside the 11-yard line. Armstrong, low snap. He is going to give it to Beasley straight up the middle. Collides with a couple of white jerseys near the 7-yard line. That's going to move the chains, and here comes first and goal for Bishop Miege.
1:35 left on the clock here. You know, plenty of time. Got timeouts in your pocket. So this is, if you're Aquinas, you got to come up with a play to force a field goal attempt or try to get a turnover. Got to make a play.
After a scoreless first quarter, Miege 7 yards away from their second touchdown of quarter two. Off the near hash. Armstrong is going to give it to Beasley. Looking for room straight through the middle. He drags the man out near the 3-yard line.
Wow.
And it'll be second and goal.
They got almost all the way to almost the 1.5, Tim. Just didn't look like there was anything there.
Yeah, they spot him near the 2-yard line, second and goal. Beasley with a little hesitation. He dodges a man and will stroll into the end zone. 13-0 Miege.
Same type of play over right tackle. Baker North, right guard, does a nice job. Dominic Warner, the right tackle, just opened up enough of a hole. Again, Coach Holmes came into the season, Tim, talking about how excited he was about this offensive line, and they have gelled this season. They protected Mac Armstrong, but right there, when they needed 2 yards to get the touchdown, they came up with a big play.
Just 50 seconds to go in the first half. Extra point blasted up and through. 14-0 Miege leads in the Holy War on Sports Radio 810.
First, we decide where we want to go. We'll send you a free gold kit.
Hi, this is Matt Llewellyn from 23rd Street Brewery.
And this is Cole Mondi.
The biggest hitter in
900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
14-0 Miege. Ensuing kickoff is going to be taken by Rizzi on the run near his 10-yard line. Through a wedge at the 20, up near the 26-yard line. Here comes Aquinas, but just 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, and Carroll is coming back out here for those folks wondering if it was just maybe a 1 yard or one drive rest for him. But he is back out there. I got to imagine they will be conservative here to see if maybe they can spring something big, and then they might try to get into scoring territory. All predicated by what happens here on this first down play.
Miege will receive the second half kickoff for what it's worth. Aquinas, 2 timeouts remaining in this first half. 2 receivers in the formation. Skinner is going to give to Carroll straight up the middle. He is met at the line of scrimmage, continues to churn the feet out near the 31. Call it a gain of 2.
Didn't get enough to probably go crazy fast here, so they'll try to run one more play maybe.
It doesn't look like they'll do even that. If they want, they can take this all the way into the locker room. They will line up, though, inside 18 seconds to go in this first half. But now Aiden Skinner hands on his hips. He'll back away from center. And he tossed a touchdown, then DeAndre Beasley ran one in. It is 14-0. The Stags and their 5-0 record, their #1 ranking atop Class 4A, showing you why after the first 24 minutes. Hey, we're done with the first half. We throw it back to Chad Rader in our Sports Radio 810 studios. He has got all your scores and updates from a busy night.
10.
Baseball, apple pie, and voting. I'm Missouri Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft. Voting is a right and a responsibility. On Election Day, November 8th, if you're registered, you can vote by showing a valid photo ID or casting a provisional ballot. Before you search the issue...
Wow, our Wichita game we're doing, they're up 57-0.
That's Northwest.
Make your voice heard.
Yes.
Yeah. That seems about right, though.
SOS.mo.gov.
Hi, this is Matt Llewellyn from 23rd Street Brewery.
And this is Cole Mondi,
the biggest hitter in Lawrence High School football history.
Oh, whatever, Matt.
And everyone else at 23rd Street Brewery, after the game or anytime. The 23rd Street Brewery.
Besame Wellness, a Missouri-based fully licensed cannabis dispensary built with community in mind. Check them out online at any of their 5 locations in the metro. They provide award-winning customer service and an unbeatable online experience. You can order online with delivery or express pickup. They even offer payment at your doorstep. That's right, you can order from the comfort of your home and have it delivered to your front door. Order online by going to BesameWellness.com or on their newly launched app available on your favorite app store. That's BesameWellness.com or call 816-775-2920. Besame Wellness, easy and convenient.
Welcome into the Sports Radio 810 halftime show. You've been listening to Bishop Miege and St. Thomas Aquinas, Tim Spurl, Jeremy Crabtree on the call. 14-0. Bishop Miege is pulled away with a touchdown right at the end of the half. So Miege getting that distance that they need, and they get the ball back. So could start to pull away for the Stags. And we'll see what Aquinas has up their sleeve in the second half. We're going to look at Missouri scores here for the first segment here from the 810varsity.com scoreboard, where you can check out scores live all night long. You can check out scores.com. We start out with good rivalry game. Of course, a few years ago, their head coach coached all at the half. Raytown and the make it 5-2. The Bulldogs lead Ruskin right now, 14-0. Kearney and Raytown South. Kearney is undefeated for the season. Well, it's been kind of a little closer than envisioned. 15-6. Kearney leads Raytown South. Meanwhile, Smithville also right there in that Class 4 pocket in the top 5 in Missouri Class 4 and the top 10 in the 810varsity.com poll, just like Kearney is. They're having no problem in their game, 35-0 over Winnetonka. Going down the rest of the scoreboard, Center leads Odessa 28-7. Harrisonville 7, Clinton 0. Oak Grove at the 10th has dropped 2 straight. They trying to get back on the winning track, trying to do so against St. Joe Benton. They just lead the Benton Cardinals 10-6 though at this juncture. Going down the rest of the scoreboard before the break, Cameron 8-6, Penny 14-0. Van Horn leads Summit Christian 21-0. Richmond Holden tied at 6-6, and lastly, St. Michael leads Southeast 28-0. So there's your scores from the Missouri side. You can check them all out at 810varsity.com. You can tune in here in just a moment for scores from the Kansas side right here on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Sports Radio 810 WHB.
When temperatures get extreme with blistering cold and 10 degrees wind chill, it's game on with a Champion Momentum premium residential system, creating an indoor environment that operates at peak performance and keeps you in control right when you need it. Always leading, never compromising. Champion Heating and Cooling. Find a local dealer near you at championhomecomfort.com. Be sure to ask about our free 10-year parts and labor warranty and Champion's home indoor air quality products.
Fall sports are here, and so is the University of Kansas Health System's Saturday morning sports medicine walk-in clinic. Do you have a middle school or high school athlete with a sports injury? Are you an adult weekend warrior with a running injury? If you have a sprain, a strain, a fracture, or a concussion, See a sports medicine physician without an appointment. That's Saturday morning. Sports medicine walk-in care from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at I-435 in Nollen, Overland Park. You can find out more information at kansashealthsystem.com/sportsmedicine.
Hi, I'm Fred Ramsey. And I'm Mark Tobin. Hey, folks, if you're not busy Saturday mornings from 6 to 7 a.m.,
we'll give you tips, pass along stories, and most important, share some laughs along the way.
That's right. We cover it all, from crappie to waterfowl, and we'll tell you how to cook it, too.
The Midwest Outdoors, brought to you by Reed Chevrolet, Saturday morning, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., right here on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
We hit the break. Right now, we're going to check answers. The game, of course, you've heard right here on the University of Kansas Health System. Game of the week, Bishop Miege 14-0 over St. Thomas Aquinas. Through 2 straight losses. Blue Valley North just trying to get a win, period, for this season. 6-0, Blue Valley leads this game. Blue Valley Northwest has struggled as well. Lewisburg 28, Tonganoxie 0. Spring Hill, Pela tied up 7-0. Eudora 34-0 over Schlegel. And the rest of our scores on the scoreboard are out of the area. So a quick refresh here, real fast, before we hit the break and turn it back to the guys at Dixon Dolph Stadium. On the Missouri side, we have, let's see here, 35-0 now. Liberty North leads Blue Springs South. 16-0, Lisa West has come back, tied it up with Raymore Peculiar. Excelsior Springs now takes a 19-14 lead at St. Joe Central. Green Valley has opened up their lead at 43-0 against Hickman. A couple more scores. Raytown South has pulled to within 15-12 at Kearney, and Center now leads Odessa 28-7. So you can check out those scores all night long. Get refreshed as you wish on the 810varsity.com scoreboard. Till then, we'll check you out on the postgame show tonight, and we'll send it back to the guys here in just a moment. Right now, Bishop Miege, right after this break here on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Sports Radio 810 WHB.
I need tech that leaves my hands free during my work day and my workout.
It's possible with Staples Connect.
I need tech for my home office that makes it easier to work from home.
Also possible because Staples Connect has the innovative tech and tools you need to take on the future of work. And now Apple AirPods Pro are only $199. You save $50. Explore what's new at your local Staples store or staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. Ends 10/16, limit 2 while supplies last.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. On that heavy shelf you hung yesterday. Turns out you didn't use enough anchors. Wait, you didn't use any anchors? Now you've got an open floor plan. Trendy. And if you have the wrong home insurance, you could need a wall of money to fix this. So get home insurance with Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
With the Chiefs off until Monday night, Sports Radio 810 WHB is bringing you a Sunday quadruple header. At 8:30, we'll bring you live coverage from London when Aaron Rodgers and the Packers face Saquon Barkley and the Giants. At noon, Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins take on the Jets. At 3:25, Cooper Rush leads the Cowboys against the Rams, and then Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson meet on Sunday Night Football. It's all
Here we go,
on
guys.
Sports Radio 810 WHB.
You come back to us.
Yes.
Welcome back to Bishop Miege. We are at halftime of homecoming night here from Dixon Doll Stadium. I am Tim Spurl. He is Jeremy Crabtree of On3. 14-0 after one half, Jeremy, and a special thank you to Chad Rader for updating us about all the ins and outs of what's going on a busy night of high school football in Kansas City. But here in our game, Jeremy, a scoreless first quarter, but then Miege, they controlled the tempo in that second quarter.
It sure feels like a 14-0. Feels kind of kind to Aquinas, the way that Miege dominated from about halfway through the first quarter all the way here to halftime here. They have just put on a clinic on both sides of the football. Their defense has shut down Sean Carroll for the most part. Other than that first drive, they've recovered a fumble. They've shut down the option game. And then obviously Mac Armstrong got going after he threw the interception and came up big with some big plays on the offensive side of the ball, throwing the ball around. So it's 14-0, but I really feel like Aquinas, to be honest, should feel very fortunate. It feels a lot more than a 14-0 deficit.
Yeah, Mac Armstrong, like you said, got going after the pick. 13-17, 104 yards and a touchdown. But maybe the most important stat in that first half was 52. 7 carries for 52 yards for Mac Armstrong. And when you think of the fact that he only had 64 rush yards coming into the night through 5 games, that 52 should shock you.
It does. It does. I also look at the time of possession also. If you look at Bishop Miege owning the time of possession, they've got almost 17 minutes of time of possession compared to 6-11 for the Saints. That's usually the other way around. It's usually Aquinas that dominates the clock. And if you want to write a script on how Aquinas is going to beat Bishop Miege, it has to come with the ball control offense and keeping the ball away from Mac Armstrong and the Stags offense. But we've seen the exact opposite here in this first half.
Well, in Aquinas, they said it all week. I talked to Randy Dreiling earlier in the week. He said, we need to come after Mac Armstrong. We need to harass him. We need to get him out of the pocket. And to their credit, they've done that. But again, Mac Armstrong has shown no fear of turning it upfield. And again, 52 rush yards. It seems like he's more eager this week to turn and run. It's like they knew what Aquinas wanted to do.
And he's made wise decisions with his escapes there. He's been smart about turning the right direction. He's climbed the pocket when he needed to climb the pocket. He's gotten away up the field. Had that big run. A lot of that yardage got cut down by a penalty in the second quarter there. But, he's been very smart with the football and smart with how he's ran the football effectively. So, when you have Armstrong, who is the premier passer in the Kansas City metro area right now, the stats line it up. He just threw his first interception here tonight, but still very few quarterbacks have only 1 interception through 6 games so far this season. But when you add that running attack dimension, that's just going to make Miege that much more difficult to stop, because how do you defend that? How did you defend a quarterback that can fling it around all over the place, but then, can also run the football? It's kind of like the dilemma a lot of folks have with Patrick Mahomes, because we know that we got to stop the passing attack, but it's when he tucks it and makes plays with his feet that
they blasted 24 unanswered on Aquinas and went on to cruise to victory 32-11. So he knows a coin can flip here and everything can change in the blink of an eye, and he's going to need to do that coming out in this second half. And it's going to start with Sean Carroll. Yeah,
they got to find a way to get him going. He had a great first drive. He ran the ball up and down the field, but then they had the fumble that ended the drive. And then from the rest of that, rest of the first half, they really seemingly bottled him up. And what I was seeing about this Bishop Miege defense is they were rallying to the football, not just one guy making a tackle. It was 3, 4, 5 guys rallying to make the tackle. And if you don't get Sean Carroll going, then that makes the option attack just inefficient, because no one's going to bite on that fullback fake up the middle. So, you're right. They do have to get him going somehow, and that's going to be a challenge to this offensive line. You look to your offensive line to open up holes somehow for some way for Carroll, because it can't just be him.
And they moved it well the first couple of drives, like you were alluding to. Remember, they had a drive across the 30-yard line of Bishop Miege. They were humming, but then a bad pitch behind the running back led to their first turnover of the game. The offense hasn't gotten going since. Closing in on the start of the third quarter, 14-0 Miege. They lead in version 1 this season of the Holy War. Again,
you're already saying it's going to happen again, right?
I fully expect it. Aquinas joins 4A this year, and it's going to be a collision course between either Miege and Aquinas or Miege and St. James, and heck, they may have to go through both of them if they want to get to Topeka. We'll be right back. Second half coming up on the other side of this on Sports Radio 810.
Sports Radio 810 WHB.
As you climb the stairs in the Beast, America's largest haunted house, your jaw tightens. It hits you. Your humdrum life is about to change. There's no turning back till you exit. A straight shot down the 4-story slide. This is one trip you'll never forget.
Hi, this is Matt Llewellyn from 23rd Street Brewery.
And this is Cole Mondi.
the biggest hitter in Lawrence High School football history.
Oh, whatever, Matt. But you know, my favorite play is going to the 23rd Street Brewery.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I'm glad you like it.
You know I love coming to the 23rd Street Brewery after.
Stadium, but that's how it always is on a Friday night at Miege. And you take into the fact that it's Miege and Aquinas, and you know it was going to be tough to find a seat.
I tell you what, if you are a football fan, just in general, you got to find a way to get over here to Bishop Miege to watch a game one night. And it's just especially more electric now that Miege is back. They're winning. They're ranked in the top 5 in this city. But every single Friday night here is special. It's unique. We talked about it early on in the show. There's no stands on the opposite side of the field here, so everybody's crammed into one section of the stadium together. It's just a unique setting, and we had fireworks and pregame. You got fans from the other side, watching from houses. There's house parties around the stadium. It's just a very small college type of feel. And right now, the Stags offense is clicking like a small college team.
And if Bishop Miege can finish the job in the next 24 minutes, they will be a game away from clinching an EKL title. The only remaining undefeated EKL team at a perfect 5-0 on the season, 4-0 inside the EKL.
They do have 2 tough games down the stretch. They do have Blue Valley West here next week, and then they have the defending 6A champs in Blue Valley Northwest. But, just the way that they've rolled through the schedule so far, they get through tonight, you got to feel really good about them going undefeated in the regular season.
Miege, they will start with the football here in this third quarter. Again, it was a scoreless first quarter. Mac Armstrong even threw his first interception of the year in that first quarter, but then the second quarter they touched it twice. It resulted in 14 points. And this is going to go a long way in how this game goes as far as how Aquinas plays defensively on this opening drive.
And I anticipated a little bit more, to be honest, from this defensive line. I thought they might be able to get Armstrong under pressure, from Ken Payne. He's got looks from Kansas and Wisconsin. He's been up there for visits this last couple of weeks. Juju Marks, who's one of the top sophomores in the region. He's a basketball recruit with only 2 years of football experience. And you got Dylan Elmore, the Navy wrestling commitment. These guys were disruptive all season long coming into tonight's game, but they've really been held in check. And a lot of that, again, is what we talked about just a few minutes ago with Mac Armstrong making the right reads on his scrambles. But fascinated to see what halftime adjustments that Aquinas makes on the defensive side of the ball. So it's going to be a chess game here, but something's got to happen up front from this Saints defense. They have to find a way to make Armstrong do something other than sit there in the pocket and pick you apart.
Again, he's completed 13 of 17 passes, more than 100 yards through the air in that first half. He threw the 1 touchdown to Dagan Jensen. And you were saying it, he started to get hot in that second quarter. Again, making a strong push for the Simone. He is among the front runners for that award.
That's going to be a tight race this year. There's some good players in Kansas City this year.
Fantastic players. But again, you beat 4A. But again, this guy's playing in the EKL. He's playing
he also beat
6A
Rockers
teams every week.
So, yeah.
So Aquinas to give it back to Miege to start this third quarter. Miege will go right to left across your radio dial in this third quarter. DeAndre Beasley, the deep man for the Stags. End over end kick. Beasley is going to back up into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback, and here comes that Stags offense, Jeremy. Like I said, 2 possessions in the second quarter, both touchdowns.
Yep, no doubt about that. Can they keep it going? What was effective was that they were able to get Beasley going on the running attack. Logan Thilgus got going a little bit, so they can be a little bit more balanced and not just have to rely on Mac Armstrong's arm. They're going to be tough to stop, but then again, Mac Armstrong's arm's been pretty special here tonight and all season long.
2 to the left, 2 to the right. They will start with Thilgus in the backfield to the left of Mac Armstrong. They're going to fake to him. Screen pass Coppage near side. Picks up a block, 25-yard line. He's ridden out of bounds near the 26.
See Dagan Jensen there with the block. Not only does he have a touchdown grab, but you have to do it all if you want to play tight end for Bishop Miege. He had an open field block, and poor Jacob Bittner kind of got in the way there.
2nd and 4. Armstrong is going to fire a hitch to Coppage again. Makes a hands catch at the 32 before he's dropped right there, moving the chains in the process.
That's just unstoppable if you can just throw that quick hitch. That eliminates the pass rush. If you can get it out of Armstrong's hands in a 3-step drop and Coppage can get that yardage, that's going to be unstoppable.
Again, Aquinas is going to have to get creative to slow down Mac Armstrong and company. New set of downs. Short drop, rolling to his left, evading pressure. He's going to fire for the sideline. He's got Jensen across the 45, and he's pushed out of bounds near the 48-yard line.
What a heck of a play by Armstrong. Dylan Elmore had him dead to rights in the backfield. Should have been a sack for about 5 yards. Instead, he spins to his left, just evades it enough, and throws it right on the money to Dagan Jensen again with a big reception. But just another picture-perfect scramble and look downfield by Mac Armstrong.
Armstrong, shotgun snap, is going to give it to Tilgus straight up the middle. He climbs across midfield out to the 49 of Aquinas, and hats off to Mac Armstrong for escaping Dylan Elmore, because not a lot of people escape Dylan Elmore. He is committed to wrestle at Navy, so once he gets his hands on you, he normally ends up putting you on the ground.
I liked about that too also is he kept looking down the field and found the receiver wide open.
2nd and 7 after the 3-yard carry from Tilgus. They're going to give it to him again straight up the middle, nowhere to go, as he is pulled down at the line of scrimmage. Here comes 3rd and 7.
Interesting play call. I mean, we've seen them throw the ball all over the field. I know they're trying to keep the balance here and force Aquinas to play both the run and the pass here, but when your offense is clicking like that, it almost feels like a letdown a little bit when you just hand the ball right up the middle.
This is a giant 3rd down for Aquinas defensively. 3rd and 7 from the Aquinas 49-yard line. 3 receivers to the right side. Shotgun snap back. Armstrong is going to fire one left side for the sideline. A high grab made by Jensen, tapping the foot, moving the chains to the 36.
What a throw and an even better catch by Dagan Jensen. Going up and getting the football, Tim. Just the confidence in Armstrong to drop back and throw that where only his tight end could go get the football.
New set of downs as Miege goes quickly from the Aquinas 36-yard line. 4 wide in the formation one more time. Tilgus straight up the middle through the initial line. He's out near the 31-yard line, gain of 5.
Yeah, I go back to that play, Tim. It's just so hard to describe on the radio how good of a play that was, because Armstrong had pressure. He stayed in the pocket, threw it right on the money. Just such a big impact play, and do it on a 3rd down and long situation too.
They're going to keep it on the ground with Tilgus, met at the line of scrimmage again and goes backwards.
Now here's another 3rd and intermediate situation.
They're going to give him a yard. Call it a 3rd and 5 for Miege on the opening drive of this 3rd quarter. 9:20 to go in the frame.
So if you're Aquinas, you got to make a play here on the defense side of the ball. Got to make a play.
Got to have the 26 to move the chains. 3rd down from the Aquinas 31-yard line. Armstrong, snap back, looking right. He is going to fire one down the seam. It is caught! What a grab by Taron Jackson to the 5 of Aquinas.
Right down the seam. He was wide open. The safety tried to come up and catch up, but just could not do it. And Mac Armstrong doing Mac Armstrong things, just putting it right on the money, where Taron Jackson goes up and gets it, and a huge 3rd down conversion.
1st and goal from the 5. Armstrong is going to give the Tilgus straight up the middle, pushes the pile down near the 3.
Boy, what a throw that was again. Just right on the money.
And the sophomore climbed the ladder.
Yes, he did. You're right.
He only goes 5'8", but he got up to make that grab. They're going to run on DeAndre Beasley, who had a rushing touchdown in that 2nd quarter from 2 yards out. And now 2nd and goal from the 3. Opening drive of this 2nd half for the Stags. They're going to give to Beasley straight up the middle into the end zone for the 2nd time tonight. Touchdown Stags.
Untouched too. How about this offensive line on this drive? Statement drive coming out of the start of the 2nd half. Punch it right down the throat of this very good St. Thomas Aquinas defense. Mac Armstrong made throw after throw after throw. Jensen had some big catches. Jackson had the big catch, but tip of the hat to the offensive line, because Beasley was untouched as he got into the end zone.
Boy, this offense is hitting on all cylinders. with just 3 games till the playoffs. Extra point kick, it's a fake. The backup holder is going to roll to his right and get slung out of bounds near the 13-yard line. So Aquinas will turn away Miege on the extra point try, but it is a 20-0.
WHB.
To go third quarter, and that was a statement from Miege coming out of the locker room. They knew that they were going to get Aquinas' best punch defensively, but it didn't matter.
It did not. They just rammed it down the throat. Everything worked. Everything worked. Every single play worked on that drive. Running game got going. Passing attack got going. Big third down conversions. Big plays by your quarterback. And this hole is now massive for the Saints. Can they somehow climb out of it?
Ensuing kickoff is going to hit at the 5-yard line and roll into the end zone. Boy, it was a slow roll across the goal line, and Rizzi took a gamble to let that one go.
Yeah, he looked at it and was like, roll, please, roll, please, roll, and finally went into the end zone. But just a dominating start to the second half there by this Bishop Miege offense, and their defense has been clicking too, but that's a statement. That shows you that they believe that they're the best team in Class 4A, 5A, 6A, whatever. They believe they're the top team in Kansas, and right now that was a statement-type drive.
Aquinas is going to keep it on the ground with Sean Carroll straight up the gut. He's out near the 29-yard line. Call that again at 9.
Yeah, no, what Aquinas needs to do is get Carroll going, maybe bust a big play. That's what's so deadly about Aquinas is usually you expect 2 or 3 big plays from that running back spot a game. We've yet to see it. So this is when you need to get your offensive line to open up a hole and let Carroll bust a big one.
2nd and a yard. They send Penny in motion. They're going to give to Carroll straight up the middle. He's got the first down as he falls forward near the 31.
You know, Miege will be completely fine if Carroll runs 3 or 4 yards a pop. That's fine. That's fine because that's going to eat up clock. It's big. You cannot give up the big plays. And if you're the Saints, you got to find a way to get one.
20-0. Miege leads, 7:45 to go third quarter in a rivalry that hasn't had a ton of blowouts in recent memory. But this one's teetering on the verge right now. Carroll, the toss running right, has nowhere to go. Maybe picks up a yard to the 32.
Yeah, just a nice job. I mean, we're seeing this Stags defense. They're filling their gaps. They're staying with their outside leverage, forcing Carroll to kind of cut it back into the middle where there's pressure every single time. It's just been good fundamental tackling all night long so far.
2nd and 9 for Aquinas. Penny in motion to the left side. They're going to give to Carroll straight up the middle, lowering the shoulder, bruising his way across the 40-yard line, just a yard shy of the first down marker.
Number 23, Sean Carroll with the carry. 3rd down.
And again, that clock, with the way Aquinas plays, is going to become a factor. 6:50 to go third quarter now. 3rd and a yard as Skinner climbs in under center. He's going to keep it running right, cutting back across midfield into Miege territory. He's down to the 42-yard line of the Stags.
Well, there's your bigger play because Carroll started to see some success in the middle, and then they pull it, and Skinner's able to pull it from the fullback and then get around right guard and get up the field for a big gain.
Good drive for Aquinas after the Miege score. They send Penny in motion. They're going to give to Carroll behind left guard. He has stood up, and he falls forward across the 40 near the 39. Call it a gain of 3.
That's what I like about Carroll. I mean, even when he's stuffed to the line of scrimmage, he still manages to get 3, 4, 5 yards every single time he touches the football.
Tackle by number 54, Jeremy Schleicher.
Wrestles at 195 pounds, but he plays at 215.
Just really strong. So strong.
And you mentioned his weight room numbers before the game. They're going to give to him again, running right, spinning off a tackler, colliding out near the 35 and falling forward near the 33-yard line should be enough to move the chains.
Nice job again. Offensive line opening up some holes, making some plays.
5:55 to go third quarter. Aquinas needs points on this drive to keep this a game. They've been down here before. They turned it over back in the first quarter. Carroll behind left guard, cutting back across the 26, out near the 25-yard line. Is going to bring up a 2nd and 4.
Is just going all in to defend the run, Tim. I don't know if you noticed that. They had all 11 guys within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage there, and Carroll's still able to get 6 yards on first down.
Aiden Skinner has thrown one pass tonight. He completed that pass, a 10-yarder to Jack Forgy back in the first half. But other than that, it's been all running game tonight for Aquinas. Send a man in motion. Option play. They're going to pitch to Forgy across the 20-yard line, inside the 10-yard line. Forgy lowers the shoulder, and he's into the end zone. Jack Forgy. A 23-yard touchdown scamper, and Aquinas answers.
Well, we talked earlier in the game on that fumble on the option pitch that it was there. It was there. Can they get it to Forgy? Can they pull it and get the pitch perfect? And Aiden Skinner executed that option right on the money, and that's the answer you needed to see from this Saints offense. They needed to put some points up on the board and answer the Stags, and they did that with an emphatic drive there.
Hey, with James and Annie watching, their cousin and Aquinas has show.
Hitter in Lawrence High School football history.
Oh, whatever, Matt. But you know, my favorite play is going to the 23rd Street Brewery.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I'm glad you like it.
You know I love coming to the 23rd Street Brewery after every game and enjoying the prime rib sandwich.
And I love seeing you there, but I love seeing everyone there too. So join Cole and everyone else at 23rd Street Brewery after the game or anytime. The 23rd Street Brewery, 23rd and Castle.
At kansashealthsystem.com/sportsmedicine.
Yeah, that's the problem. Can you slow down the Stags offense that, both offenses actually looked really great on their first drives of the second half. But now, can you slow down the Stags? Can you get a play? Can you get a strip? Can you cause an interception? Can you do something to get back in this even more if you're the Saints?
Beasley is going to take this from his own 3-yard line. Far side, he's across the 15, breaking the tackle near the 20-yard line. Then he's dropped near the 21.
I love special teams. Some of these guys get their only opportunities to play, and Danny Rittenhouse was locked up with the kicker at the 50-yard, 40 yards away from the play. But those two are going at it one-on-one. It's a rivalry game. I mean, when you got the kicker locked up at midfield.
In this second half. But Aquinas, they got to do something defensively to light that fire. Armstrong out of the gun is going to keep it on the read option. Back to the line.
Open field like that with three staring him down.
2nd and 8. Dogus remains the deep back. Armstrong wants to go to the air. Stepping up in the pocket under pressure. He's going to
right hand, kind of put his left hand to quick hitch to the outside to Coppage, but
defense comes up with a 3 and out. Punt unit on for Miege.
Right there. Because that got lucky. That didn't bounce and go another 15 yards and cost you field position, but it did bounce and kind of lay up there. But, yeah, if you're Blake O'Brien, you got to make that catch.
Doesn't hurt him too much in the end. And Aquinas will start from their own 31 run.
And we saw Skinner break a little bit longer run, too, in there.
No gain on the play. Second down.
Got Carroll finally going again.
3:05 to go third quarter, 2nd and 11. And again, they've only put it in the air one time, so they have not been behind the sticks too much tonight. They're uncomfortable when they're behind the sticks. Play fake. Skinner wants to go to the air. He's going to flare one out right side. He's got his man Rizzi across the 40-yard line, cutting back near the 42. He is getting dropped right there, but he's going to move the chains in the process.
Well, again, first half we talked that the passing game can work for Aquinas, but the problem is you got to be able to run the ball effectively. We've seen the ball run effectively here in the second half, so that opens up that play-action passing, and Skinner put it right on the money to Rizzi.
From their own 43-yard line, Carroll straight up the middle, carrying defenders out near the 48-yard line, and now he is getting that second wind.
Yeah, you're right, Tim. He carried 2 defenders there on the play. That was Finn Cusick. Yeah, Finn Cusick was being carried. He made the tackle, but he got carried about 4 yards there.
Gain of 5 yards. 2nd and 5, 2:15 to go third quarter. Aquinas has made a 2-score game again in this offense on the move. And a false start. On the right guard, the freshman, Stephen Carroll.
Yeah, you pointed out to me before the game that Stephen Carroll is the first ever true freshman to play for Randy Dreiling. You know, that speaks volumes because he's won state championships at a lot of places and going all the way back to his Hutch Salt Dragon days. To have a true freshman play on the offensive line, that just speaks volumes, and fortunately he gets called for the false start there.
2nd and 10. They're going to give it to Rizzi on an inside give. Breaks one tackle. He's out near the 50-yard line before he's gang tackled there. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Big play right here. Big play here. Little counter action there. You get going one direction, get Carroll going, then you can run the counter, and it worked very effectively.
Well, you have noticed, though, that after that fumble on the bad pitch on the option, they have not ran that option look again since. They've ran some toss plays, but they have not done that option look yet. They're going to give to Carroll, bouncing off a tackler, spinning forward. He is met just shy of the first down marker, and here comes the biggest 4th down of the game to this point.
Yeah, Tim, I was looking at that with the binoculars, and Carroll got very lucky there. That ball was handed to him, and he almost fumbled it forward. Very good hands to hang on to that. The exchange was not there.
Aquinas turned it over 5 times last week. They turned it over once in the first half. Got to protect the ball the rest of the way. Here's 4th and a yard for Aquinas. Skinner under center, gives to Carroll. He's got the first down easily out to the 46.
Now, this is the Aquinas offense you and I have grown accustomed to over the years. Just pound and ground and let your offensive linemen get after it. This is kind of what we thought they might be able to do coming into the game, because Bishop Miege's strength on defense is on the defensive backfield, not up front.
Inside 50 seconds to go in this third quarter. They're going to toss to Rizzi, trying to get wide, breaking one tackle across the 40-yard line. Still on his feet near the 35, pushes his way all the way down near the 31 of Miege.
That worked because Jack Baird, the safety, came flying up and missed the open field tackle. Again, if you're going to beat St. Thomas Aquinas, you have to be a sure tackler, and unfortunately Jack Baird missed the open field tackle there.
They spot him at the 33 of Bishop Miege. Inside 30 seconds to go now in this third quarter, in which Aquinas has shown life. Carroll straight up the middle, runs into a wall. Out to the 31, and that will wind us down to the end of the third quarter. Miege scored on their opening drive of the second half, but Aquinas with an important answer, a 3 and out, and now they are on the move, knocking on the door of the red zone. We could have ourselves a finish to this version of the Holy War. Stay with us on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Hi, this is Matt Llewellyn from 23rd Street Brewery.
And this is Cole Mondi.
The biggest hitter in Lawrence High School football history.
Oh, whatever, Matt. But you know my favorite play is going to the 23rd Street Brewery.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I'm glad you like it.
You know I love coming to the 23rd Street Brewery after every game and enjoying the prime rib sandwich.
And I love seeing you there. But I love seeing everyone there, too. So join Cole and everyone else at 23rd Street Brewery after the game or anytime. The 23rd Street...
break as he spins off a tackler just shy of the 26-yard line. Here comes a 3rd and 3 play for Aquinas.
But we're seeing 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 4s, Tim, in this second half here. Aquinas is cooking on offense now. They're moving the ball very effectively, and Carroll's running through a lot of arm tackles here on this drive.
In the process, Aiden Skinner on the quarterback kick.
Yeah, up front, they didn't really have anybody over the center, so he just took the ball in the quarterback sneak and got 4 yards off that.
New set of downs from the 19. Carroll straight up the middle, across the 15, down near the 11-yard line. Gain of about 8 on first down.
Yeah, this offensive line's taking over here, Tim. He was untouched. He got 7, 8, almost 9 yards there. And he didn't get touched until he got tackled way down the field. This is a good job by this offensive line. They've kind of figured this out.
Aquinas going quickly, 2nd and 2. Skinner climbs in under center. He's going to give to Carroll straight up the middle, spins off a tackler inside the 5, turning his feet down near the 3. 1st and goal, Aquinas.
This is just vintage St. Thomas Aquinas, and looks good.
Boy, they go quickly to the line once again. Carroll the deep back. Skinner gives to him behind left guard, pushing the pile forward near the 2. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing Aquinas run with pace, but they kind of feel like they've got lots of hands on hips over there for this Bishop Miege defense. They're tired, so take advantage of this momentum and get this in the end zone if you're Aquinas.
They run on the backup tight end Joshua Gerardo. 2nd and goal play. They're going to give to Carroll straight up the middle. He bangs his way into the end zone. It's a one-score game again from Dixon-Dahl Stadium.
Just run right over that right guard. The true freshman, Stephen Carroll, opens up a nice hole. Carson Kraft, the right tackle, does a nice job too. And what an emphatic answer by this Saints offense. This whole entire Saints squad here, after giving up the touchdown drive to start the second half, they come back and punch it in there twice.
Extra point kick up and through. We have got a 6-point ball game after it was 20-0 early on in the third quarter. 20-14 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Hi, this is Matt Llewellyn from 23rd Street Brewery.
And this is Cole Mondi.
The biggest hitter in Lawrence High School football history.
Oh, whatever, Matt. But you know my favorite play is going to the 23rd Street Brewery.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I'm glad you like it.
You know I love coming to the 23rd Street Brewery after every game and enjoying the prime rib sandwich.
And I love seeing you there. But I love seeing everyone there, too. So join Cole and everyone else at 23rd Street Brewery after the game or anytime. The 23rd Street Brewery, 23rd and Castle.
20-14, 10-18 still to go in this fourth quarter. Aquinas has come charging back with 2 touchdowns on their last 2 drives. I'm Tim Spurl. He is Jeremy Crabtree of On 3. And boy, Aquinas, they're not going anywhere.
Now, how about this resiliency from Randy Driley and squad? They've been, they've suffered 2 tough losses, but they have responded here in the second half after being challenged.
DeAndre Beasley back deep to return this kickoff. Foot to ball. An end-over-end kick is going to be taken at the 3-yard line near sideline by Beasley. Angling back to the left, now cutting back to the right, hurdling over a man and getting pinwheeled down at the 21.
Yeah, that ball was not secured very well, Tim. He got very, very, very lucky that did not get stripped away there.
Jeremy, I've got an interesting tidbit for you. Miege won this game 23-20 last year.
Okay, yeah.
In the fourth quarter, they trailed 20-7.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
They scored 16 unanswered to close the game, win that game by 3. Aquinas was in the same situation. At the start of the fourth quarter, down 20-7. They've made it a 20-14 game. Armstrong is going to fire one down the sideline. He's got Jackson across midfield. Excuse me, that's Isaiah Coppage. Going to take it all the way to the house. A flag flies, but it should be on the celebration.
That was the definition of busted coverage. Definition of busted coverage. Everybody bit on the pump fake, and Dagan Jensen went wide open down the left sideline. And what a response from this Bishop Miege offense after getting shut down the last drive and being down emotionally. They came up with an answer when it was needed.
Dagan Jensen, an 80-yard connection.
Second touchdown grab of the night. And there was nobody within 20 yards of him. We talked earlier that people were going to bite on that pump fake, and that's exactly what they did. They bit on the pump fake, and Jensen was wide open, Tim.
(26-14), and the flag was a sideline warning, by the way.
Which should be their second one, right? assuming they're going to take it on the kickoff.
Yeah. But, boy, that one.
Talk about killing momentum.
Yeah, takes the wind out of the sails of Aquinas. Stephen Neenan on for the extra point, can make it a 13-point game again, and it is blocked. Aquinas got a great jump off the edge, and it stays a 12-point game on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Sports Radio 810 WHB.
My son was born to play soccer. He's only 7, but look at that form. No, other way, buddy. Your goal's the other way.
This message is to all soccer moms, baseball dads, swim team grandmas. Be your young hero's sidekick with digital buying power for equipment, trips.
Did he hit the ball with his head or get hit on the head?
Even the Consolation Pizza Party with the upgraded digital wallet and mobile app from Core First Bank. Future World Cup heroes need a sidekick. You be his, we'll be yours with mobile banking. Powered by you. CoreFirstBank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Didn't take long for Miege. One play, Dagan Jensen goes 80 yards, and it's a 12-point game again after they blocked extra point.
And, Tim, that's what good teams do. Teams respond when they have to make plays. Senior quarterbacks make plays when they have to respond. And coaches make the right calls when they respond. That was something they surely were holding in their back pocket for the right time to make the call, and that was the right time for that play call, and it worked to perfection.
12-point advantage. Still time left for Aquinas. Can they respond now? Low line drive kick is going to be taken by Penny near his own 15-yard line. He's across the 25, skips a tackler across the 30. Far sideline 35, ran out of bounds near the 37-yard line. Good return from Jeremiah Penny.
Yeah, but we're going to get to the point here, unless Carroll can bust a big run or two, that they're going to have to open it up, start throwing the football a little bit, and score quickly. We're kind of running out of possessions here if you're Aquinas. That was a big mistake on the defensive side of the ball to give up that big pass.
Aiden Skinner has only thrown 2 passes tonight. He's completed them both. He threw 14 passes in the loss to St. James. He wants to throw here. He's going to fire one down the seam for his tight end. A lot of contact. It's incomplete as a flag flies. He was looking for Talon Brown, but Talon Brown was getting bullied in the middle of the field. It's going to be a pass interference.
Yeah, it's going to be pass interference on Beasley, but that's okay. You're taught as a defensive back on the high school level that it's better to cause the DPI, to cause the pass interference instead of giving up the touchdown, because he was beat. He bit on the play action, and the tight end was wide open. And if he does not make the interference clear, that's a walk-in touchdown. And Aquinas has the big response. But instead, you take the 15 yards, and you're okay with that as a coach.
Yeah, Taylor Brown goes 6'4" against Beasley, who only goes 5'9". 1st and 10. Skinner is going to keep it on the option. He's across the 40. He gets submarine down near the 37-yard line, right at a gain of 10.
Boy, this game has opened up, Tim. Opened up here. We went, for almost a quarter of the game here, halfway from the second quarter to the midway through the third quarter, where it was just kind of ho-hum, ho-hum, ho-hum. Then suddenly now we've got a wide-open game here.
They're going to give him 9. They'll be 2nd and a yard from the 38. Carroll straight up the middle has a first down, carrying defenders out to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, this offensive line's doing a great job. Carroll, again, not getting touched until he's at that second level.
9:22 to go in this fourth quarter. Carroll straight up the middle. Big hole across the 20. Inside the 15 with a stiff arm. Inside the 5. He's dragged down near the 3. A gashing run from Sean Carroll.
Yeah, they see something. Right guard Stephen Carroll and Carson Kraft, right tackle. They're opening up huge holes, and they're running right behind him. It's simple. Hand it off to your big guy. Let your offensive line do the blocking, and it's working.
They go quickly. Skinner gives to Carroll. He's into the end zone. It's a one-score game again. They got this football with just under 10 to go. They score in less than a minute.
Impressive. This is not a go-fast offense, but tell you what, they went fast, and they made the plays when it counted, and this thing's far from over, Tim. Wow.
Boy, you don't think you can go hurry up out of the triple
flex
option.
mode? No, that's not normally what it's known for.
Randy Dreiling will show you. 26-20. extra point kick is banged up and through. It is a 5-point game with 9:01 to go in the Holy War on Sports Radio 810.
Sports Radio 810 WHB.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
26-21. Aquinas will not go away. 9:01 to go in the ball game.
That's fun.
Yeah.
This is fun.
That's putting it lightly. And again, this might be only part one. These two teams in 4A together this year. Ensuing kickoff, high, end-over-end kick into the lights. Beasley will take it from his own 5-yard line, near sideline. Across the 20-yard line, spun out of bounds, shy of the 25. Here comes Miege again.
Yep, and if I'm Miege, ball protection is key. Ball protection is going to be key here because you know Aquinas is going to be trying to strip the ball, be balanced, try to get your running attack going a little bit here. Eat up as much clock as you can, but be smart with the football.
Again, one play. Last time they were out here at blown coverage and an easy touchdown for Dagan Jensen from 80 yards away. Snap back to Armstrong. Toss play to Thilgus. Near sideline, he is spun down near the 28-yard line. Short gain of 2.
Stayed in bounds, too. Up. I think he might be down. Okay. Got up. There were.
But he is.
Yeah. He's taking some licks tonight.
Yeah, limping coming off the field. Just a reminder, by the way, that tonight's game is brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. Whatever you do, if you're a Missourian, we're here for you. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we've got you covered. Second and 8:27 to go in the ball game.
Good thing about Mac Armstrong, senior quarterback, he's used to running the play clock down.
Low snap again. Armstrong looking right. Fires an out route for Jensen, who's got it, who steps out of bounds at the 38-yard line to move the chains.
Boy, just great execution. That's just like simple pitch and catch right there. That's as easy as handing the ball off to your fullback up the middle as, you know, throwing it out to your tight end is just second nature in this Bishop Miege attack, and it was run to perfection again. And what confidence that you have in Armstrong to run that in this clutch situation.
Aquinas with 4 down linemen, they only send those 4. They're going to give it to Beasley. Hole opens up across the 45, stays on his feet near the 50 as he charges into Aquinas territory down near the 48-yard line.
Good run. Most importantly, stayed in bounds to let that clock continue to tick.
8:01 to go fourth quarter. 26-21 Miege leads. They led 20-0 early on in the third quarter. They led 20-7 at the start of the fourth quarter. But now a 26-21 game with the football from the Aquinas 47-yard line. Clock becoming a factor. Armstrong out of the gun is going to keep it on the ground with Beasley. Straight up the middle, he runs into a wall. It's going to be no gain on first down.
Well, Juju Marks did not make the tackle there, but he made the play by forcing Beasley to cut back inside and run into other defenders. He got through there. First time we've really called the big sophomore's name here tonight. He made a huge stop there by forcing the play to the inside.
Crew Henfeld got him on the ground. Here's a 2nd and 10 play. Snap back. Armstrong running out of time, stepping up in the pocket. Now he's going to roll left. He's got a lot of room. He's across the 40. Hammered near the 35. Drop the football. They're going to say it's loose. A fumble. Aquinas is on it, waiting for the signal. Are they going to call him down or give it to Aquinas?
I thought he was down.
Aquinas football.
I personally thought he was down. That being said, I was also thinking in my head was he was running slide, 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 because that's what happens in those types of situations. And here it is. Bishop Miege fumbles the ball away, and Aquinas has a chance to take the lead now.
He got hammered And right now, looking at the replay, boy, that is close. Boy, it was a bang-bang play. They had a discussion about it. They rule it a fumble. Aquinas in business. 7:01 to go in the game, down 5. They're going to keep it on the ground. Sean Carroll behind right guard pushes his way out to the 39. 3 yards on first down.
Yeah, that's why you teach your quarterbacks to slide, Tim. He had the yardage needed. He had escaped. He didn't need to try to get that extra yardage. He needs to go down. Ball protection is the most important thing in these situations.
And we talked about it earlier. He does not run it often. And he's having a great game running the ball today, but again, doesn't do it a lot. Carroll behind left guard out to the 42-yard line. Here comes 3rd and 5.
Now on the flip side, can this Bishop Miege defense, which has been gashed here these last couple drives, can they step up and make a play?
6:17 to go in the fourth quarter. 5-point Stags lead. Forgy goes in motion. Carroll straight up the middle, has a first down, spins across midfield, still going at the 40 of Miege. Far sideline 35, angling near the 30, ran out of bounds near the 24-yard line.
Just tremendous individual effort, but also more great blocking by this offensive line. Again, Carroll's getting to that second, even to the third level before he's getting touched by anybody. Just what a difference this second half has been from a run blocking standpoint by this by the Saints offensive line.
Aquinas starting to oppose their will in this second half. Toss play. Rizzi trying to get wide across the 20. Inside the 15, Rizzi angles out near the 11-yard line.
Tell you what, they're feeling it right now. This Aquinas sideline, right next to this Bishop Miege sideline with this stadium setup, they're feeling it. They're fired up.
I told you at halftime, a game can turn on a dime. Randy Dreiling saw it happen to his squad last week, but he has flipped this script in the second half. 1st and 10 from the 11. Carroll pushing the pile forward inside the 10, down near the 9 before he's dropped.
All right. We knew this was going to be a good one, Tim. We knew this was going to be a good one. Throw out the records here in the Holy War.
What a game versus the number 1 and the number 3 team in Kansas 4A. 2nd and 8 from the 9-yard line of Miege goes Aquinas. Skinner is going to give to Carroll. He is met in the backfield, spins off a tackler, and falls forward to the line of scrimmage. It was almost a loss of 2.
Yeah.
And here comes a monster 3rd down.
Yeah, big old Baker North read the play perfectly, slid between blocks, and was in the backfield. He had him wrapped up, but he could not bring him down to the ground, and it doesn't get any bigger than this right now.
Here comes that crowd. 3rd and 7 from the Miege 8-yard line. Movement before the snap. Aquinas thinks they got Miege offside.
They did. The hard count. Have not run it all night long, Tim. But they did there. Suddenly 3rd and 7 becomes 3rd and 2.
4:46.
Wow.
To go in the game. It'll be 3rd and 3 for Aquinas. Got to have these yards. One receiver in the formation. Skinner climbs in under center. He's going to keep it. Quarterback draw straight up the middle. He is short of the goal line, down near the 1.
Yeah, but again, they're not covering up the center, Tim. They are not covering up the center. So there's a huge gap right over the middle. And that's a great play by your junior quarterback. He read it, walked to the line of scrimmage, took off right up the middle to get the first down. 1st and goal at the 1.
4:15 to go in the game. Aquinas trying to grab their first lead of the night. Skinner under center. Skinner a quarterback sneak. He's into the end zone. No, they're going to say he's short. It looked like his upper half was in. They push him back, and it's 2nd down.
He got pounded really hard right at that line of scrimmage there. It is about as close as it can get into the end zone. The nose of the football is millimeters away from the end zone line.
Right on the edge of the goal line. 3:45 to go in the game. Skinner. This time he'll give it to Carroll. Lowers the shoulder and bashes his way into the end zone. Aquinas on the high side, 27-26 with 3:40 to go in the game.
What a response by this Saints offense. This offensive line has taken this game over here in this 4th quarter.
And now Aquinas will go for 2 to make it a 3-point lead.
And then how about taking advantage also of the mistake? You get just one mistake, and you punch it into the end zone.
They're going to go with 3 wide on the formation. Set a man in motion. That's Rizzi. Play fake. Bootleg to the right. Skinner is going to fire for the right side. That is caught for the 2-point conversion.
We do have a flag.
Now they're going to say it's no good. They're going to wave it off. Hold on. There is a flag down.
Yeah, it's going to be an eligible man downfield, so it's not going to count. Or, well, so was he in? Okay, so he was in, right?
Yeah, because the far side official.
He was emphatic with it, too.
On top of it, called it good.
All right.
But then they waved it off due to the penalty, so now you back it up to the 8-yard line.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing you completed it, because if it was incomplete, then Miege declines the penalty, and it's a 1-point game. But you get at least one more knock at it if you're Aquinas. So they will go for 2 once again. Same formation. Skinner rolls left. He is going to flare one for the back pylon. That is caught by Jack Forgy, going over the shoulder of a defender. And it's a 3-point lead as Forgy catches the 2-point conversion, 29-26. Aquinas has their first lead of the Holy War on Sports Radio 810.
Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Hi, Stephen St. John here for Window Nation. Forecasters of...
Hi, this is Matt Llewellyn from 23rd Street Brewery.
And this is Cole Mondi.
The biggest hitter in Lawrence High School football history.
Oh, whatever, Matt. But you know my favorite play is going to the 23rd Street Brewery.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I'm glad you like it.
You know I love coming to the 23rd Street Brewery after every game and enjoying the prime rib sandwich.
And I love seeing you there. But I love seeing everyone there, too. So join Cole and everyone else at 23rd Street Brewery after the game or anytime. The 23rd Street Brewery, 23rd and Castle.
More in energy savings over time. Start saving with one call to 866-90-NATION.
I wish
get
we
2
had
free
Aquinas
windows for
today.
every 2 you buy. That's buy 2, get 2 free with no limit. Plus, pay nothing till 2025. Now's the time to winterize your home with this great offer before it leaves. And rake in the savings. Call Window Nation now, 866-90-NATION, or visit windownation.com and tell them Stephen St. John sent you.
Beasley with a long return near sideline. He is going to break a tackle at midfield and get dropped out of bounds near the 40-yard line of Aquinas. Sorry to bring you in so abruptly, but an electric return has set Miege up across the 40 of Aquinas.
Well, that's what you need from one of your senior leaders. A guy that's going to play college football on the next level at a high level. You need one of your guys to step up and make a play when you're down and out and have things not going your way. He did that and sets up this Stag offense in great field position.
And now it's time for Mac Armstrong to answer. 1st and 10, Miege from the Aquinas 38-yard line, 3:28 to go in the ball game.
Now, if you're the Saints on defense, you made a play last drive. Can you get after Armstrong and make another one?
Low snap. They're going to pitch it to Beasley. Running right side, cuts it back to the left, across the 35, still on his feet near the 30, dragging a man near the first down marker.
It's a good start to the drive right there.
Boy, DeAndre Beasley has had some big runs tonight. Couple of touchdowns and some tough running.
And he's been a difference maker. He's been kind of that X factor here in this offense, and so it's not just all pass. If you can get a running game going with this BH offense, they're tough to stop.
Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. 1st and 10 from the Aquinas 28-yard line. Snap back. They're going to give to Beasley again behind right guard. He's spun around at the line of scrimmage and dropped right there. Juju Marks.
Just a gentle reminder, Steven Neiman is 3 of 3 on field goals this season and came into tonight 25 of 26 on PAT. So got an accurate kicker, but got to get it a lot closer here if you want to make it more of a sure thing.
2:35 to go in the game. Aquinas a 3-point lead. 2nd and 10 for Miege. Armstrong looking right. He's going to fire one for the sideline. Intercepted across the 30-yard line. Midfield. Needs one block. He is going to get dropped out of bounds near the Miege 40-yard line.
Wyatt Lewis sat on the hitch, came forward on the hitch, drove on it, and picked it off with the play of the game.
Maybe the play of the year for Aquinas. Mac Armstrong hadn't thrown a pick all year. He just threw his second of the game as Wyatt Lewis was squatting on it, and he returns it to the Miege 39.
I mean, they've been throwing those hitches all night long, Tim, all night long, and the corners have been playing back. He stepped forward and read it perfectly, and it was almost like it was thrown to him because it was such a great read, and now you're in cooking if you're the Saints.
Sean Carroll behind right guard, still going across the 30 all the way down near the 27 of Miege.
This is amazing, Tim, how this game flipped.
Wow.
I mean, the air has been sucked out of the stadium other than this really good St. Thomas Aquinas crowd that's going nuts also. But the air has been sucked out of Dixon-Dahl Stadium here tonight.
Inside 2 minutes, clock churns. Miege with 3 timeouts left, but they've got to stop Aquinas now. Carroll, straight up the middle, bruising run as he's dropped near the 21-yard line, gain of 7 on first down.
Boy.
Unbelievable.
Just, wow is right. Wow.
I mean, we were talking about it. Aquinas was circling the drain at halftime.
Yeah.
Got thumped by St. James. Got blasted last week against Rockhurst after a terrible second half. Hadn't done anything in the first half today. They were down 14-0, down 20-0 after Miege scored on the opening drive.
And we talked at halftime that we thought that Aquinas was kind of lucky just to even be that close because it felt like Miege had this game, has stranglehold on this game. And then they went down 20-0. And then just slowly but surely, the offensive line and Sean Carroll started taking over. They started protecting the football. Did not make mistakes. Aiden Skinner made some passes in the passing game. They got a big turnover. Their defense got some stops. It's just amazing what we've seen here from about halfway through the third quarter on. A switch was flipped.
And now 2nd and 3 for Aquinas. Carroll straight up the middle. He is going to get dropped about a half-yard shy, it looks like, of the first down marker. It's going to depend on the spot. But from here, he looks short as John Holmes burns timeout number 2. He will be short by less than a yard with 1:30 to go.
Yeah, but only one timeout here, so you got to make a stop here on this play, Tim. Got to find a way to make a stop on 3rd and 1 foot, according to the yard marker. And we've not seen them make a stop like that all night long here, especially here in this this 3rd and 4th quarter. It's just been amazing. And give Randy Dryling's crew a ton of credit. Give these coaches in this box next to us here a ton of credit. They made adjustments. It's worked. Whatever they did worked. And this is going to be fun. I mean, we're obviously, we talked about a lot that we're probably going to see a playoff matchup against these guys again later on down the road. But any conversation that is not talking about Aquinas being a factor in the 4A state title race has been erased by whatever happens here the rest of the way.
3rd and less than a yard. They're going to give to Carroll, who has the first down as he's dropped near the 12-yard line, and that should do it for Aquinas. Wow.
What a response.
1:26 to go in the game. John Holmes can only stop the clock one more time. He opts not to do it.
Man, this crowd is stunned, Tim.
We're stunned. I'm stunned. Unbelievable.
Tip of the hat to your senior running back, Sean Carroll, and that offensive line that just took over here.
Aiden Skinner falls to a knee, and Aquinas got tested mentally tonight. How tough are you? You've lost 2 in a row. You're down 20-0 to the number 1 team in 4A, maybe the number 1 team in all of Kansas, a lot of people thought coming into the night. How will you respond? They fought themselves out of a corner and outscored Miege 29-6 the rest of the way to pull off the come-from-behind victory. One more knee from Aiden Skinner, and Aquinas is back into the win column at 4-2.
And you got to look at the rest of the schedule. Blue Valley next week, Blue Valley Southwest the week after. Talk about a chance to grab some huge momentum heading into the playoffs.
Randy Dreiling, John Holmes share a handshake. And now between these two coaches, Randy Dreiling is 1 game back now. Out of their 9 matchups, he's won 4, Holmes has won 5, and they may have a chance to battle one more time come playoff time. But Jeremy, again, can't say enough about the mental toughness this Aquinas team showed tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about the entire team, not just the players, but the coaches, to make the adjustments, to call the right plays, then make the strips, make the interceptions, do the little things here tonight, and you're walking home with a huge victory in the Holy War when it looked like everything was dead in the water.
Aquinas, they bumped their record to 4-2. Miege falls to 5-1, and again, right now, if the playoffs were starting, Miege would still be the higher seed, but if Miege does drop one of their last 2 remaining games and Aquinas wins out, they would hold home field advantage over the Stags now that they own the tiebreaker.
It's going to be fun to see what happens here. I mean, I think it's very clear that, as we expected, the 4A state title is going to run through Johnson County. One way,
regardless.
Once again.
Hey, in the EKL, it's still up for grabs. 29-26. Your final score. Aquinas pulls off the stunner, coming back from 20 down in the second half to top Miege in the Holy War. For Jeremy Crabtree, I am Tim Spurl. Thank you for joining us. It was a blast tonight. Hey, we've got 2 games till the playoffs. We'll see you again next Friday night. For now, we throw it back to Chad Rader in our A10 studios for your post-game wrap.